Hey, this is Joe with Lowrider Magazine here on Facebook Live. And we're here today with a 65 Impala. As you can see, the hood's pulled off of it because the engine went bad.
So there's no engine in this car right now, huh?
No engine on it. We pulled it out because Blueprint Engines has teamed up with Lowrider Magazine. They've come out with a 355 GM crate motor. You can go from the streets to the show with this baby, depending on what what accessories you'd like to add. But look at the valve covers on that.
Yeah, look what they say on the valve covers.
I think that's so cool, man.
So why do we have this really beautiful brand new engine in front of us? What happened to the old engine?
The old engine started making too much noise, tappets, lifters, I don't know what it was. There's no more power, it's losing compression. But we all know, man, the 350s, 283s, they only last about 60, 65,000 miles, and there's no tune up there. You have to rebuild them. I'm pretty sure that this poor engine has been rebuilt 2 or 3 times since its days. It's probably about 50 years old already. But what you can do here, you can buy this thing as a small block. Like I said, streets to the show. You can add your power steering unit. You can add an AC unit. This one didn't want one. There's your alternator, and you can put that Style Track March Performance Serpentine pulley kit on it.
Yeah, that serpentine kit looks crazy. Look at these brackets on here. This comes with the engine? You can get this as an option?
Well, you can add it as an option from the streets to the shows. The sky's the limit on these.
So it includes your alternator and your power steering pump?
Yes, if you want. But like we've pulled off some of the components off of this engine.
Yeah.
And we've added them to this unit. We've added the headers.
Wow.
This will take a Edelbrock card. You know, we put brand new plugs on it. Wiring will come next. We transferred the gooseneck for the water pump on that.
So the crazy thing about this engine is it's a crate engine from Blueprint Motors, right?
Yes, sir.
So you basically are buying reliability right out of the box. There's no take it to the machine shop, no line honing, none of that junk. You just buy your engine, you're good to go, put it in your car. That's it, right?
That's pretty much it. As you can see, we went and disconnected this one. I'm sure that everybody's gone through basic training when it comes to mechanics. Unbolted the tranny, left from the bell housing, left that jack on there, hold the tranny up even though the bridge is holding it. Loosened up and disconnected all the power steering lines, all the fuel lines.
Yep.
Got those off. Removed the radiator because you have the old fan clutch.
Yeah.
Which you don't need anymore. Even we're having US radiators going to make take the original radiator from here and adding electric dual fans for it to cool it down.
So when you put an engine like this is going to make between 350, 380 horsepower because it's carbureted.
Yes.
When you put a higher performance engine in, you definitely need to update the cooling system. And instead of using the clutch fan that's on the old 350, we're using electric fans. So you're going to see on an update, there'll be a new radiator in there, and we're going to ditch that clutch fan system for electric fans. Plus, the beauty of running electric fans is it frees up some power in the engine because the engine doesn't need to turn a fan to cool itself. So we're going to gain some ponies out of this bad boy.
What you see is we take off some of the components and mount them to this engine. Then you wind up going in reverse, Mike, and you just drop everything back in. Your original motor mounts will fit that. This is like a 350, almost 350 replica crate motor.
Yeah.
So you just wind up going back in reverse. The second part of the Facebook Live, we're going to drop the motor in there. We're going to start connecting all of it. You'll see that. And then we'll do a part 3. We'll drop in the radiator. You'll see the radiator all hooked up, and then we're going to go to that nice custom dashboard.
So for those of you asking,
fire this thing up.
So where can we contact Blueprint? I want to buy one for my car. What's the price? All this stuff. We're going to get to the car later, you guys, so just chill. We already showed it in the last one. But right now we're talking about the engine. And for those of you asking, we're pleased to announce that we're teaming up with Blueprint Engines, and all the contact info is right here. Give them a call, shoot them an email, go to their website, hit them up. They make just about everything fuel injected. They make iron head. They make aluminum head. You're looking at between 365 and 400 horsepower for your engine that you drop in your car. That is amazing for this. What is it, 65?
65.
65
90
Impala.
grand Impala.
So that's going to be upwards in the mid 300, higher 300 horsepower range, and it's reliable. You don't need to worry about a rebuilt engine breaking down on you. It's going to be perfect.
There's not too much you have to go out there and get either.
Yeah.
Like, you have to change over the flex plate because the seal mount is all one piece now. So your original 168 tooth, what I call them, flywheel, but it's a flex plate.
Yeah.
You have to just get another one. You could go down to any AutoZone or to the dealer like we did and get the right one for it.
Yeah, look at GM stamp part. We're using genuine
Everything
stuff.
here is GM. You could use your original fuel pump. You can use your own power steering if you like. We just wanted to go to the show with this one besides just hitting the streets. So that's why we added the...
Yeah, that serpentine setup's pretty amazing. That March performance bracket kit, that is wonderful.
You can go to blueprintengines.com and you can pretty much see the small block. They start around 3,500.
Yep.
And then you can add all the goodies you want to it and build it your own way. And if you like, this block came black.
But they can paint it.
They
I'm
can
sure.
paint it the color you want.
Okay, so that you heard Joe, it's around 3,500 for the starter engine. You can build up wherever you want on there. You can have it including your power steering pump, your alternator. You can get it fuel injected or carbureted. You can get iron heads or aluminum heads. They'll give you any option you want. And we got one here.
These are real cool fuel injected also.
Yep.
Not too much of a change on this.
Yep.
Just put the fuel injection kit on top of this computer, run the lines back there to the gas tank, and
You're good to go. Okay, so those of you who want to see the car is not for sale. We're not going to tell you our location, but if you want to know where to get the engines, here's Blueprints, so give them a call. But here's the 65 Impala. We already showed you this earlier this week with a detailing Facebook Live session, but here it is, again, for those of you who didn't see it. We're just going to go quickly on it now. If you want to see it, go to the detailing video that we posted earlier this week, and you can see all the details on the car. And we're going to be showing you more of the car later next week as the engine goes in and we fire it up. Casey Paulson, if your minivan has 365 horsepower, that's awesome. That's probably one fast minivan. Any other questions for us regarding the Blueprint engine and the 65 Impala? Otherwise, you can just look for more updates next week. QVO, don't know what that is, but okay.
fuel.
It is a 65, that's what we said. Maybe the title says 68 because it was a typo with my finger, but we all know it's a 65. No, we're not stealing the car and we're not selling the car, sorry. Will they build your engine? I don't think they build engines. They're crate engines. That's what they specialize in.
They specialize in. And don't let it scare you because it's 365 horses in a lowrider. Performance is passion. You guys know when you jump in your trucks, your SUVs, hey, you want to get in this car and you want to jump around a few lanes and you don't want to take half hour to get over to the fourth lane. So what we're selling here is dependability. This company's been around for 20 years. Look them up and you'll see what you want to make it to that show on time. You don't want to be dressed up or even getting underneath a car with the hydraulics the way they are, and then you want to start getting under your hood to fix that and fix this. Brand new car right here.
Yeah, we actually talked about the price earlier in the live. They
They
started
start off at 3,500. Serpentine kits are a little bit more.
fuel
We'll spend
injections a
about
little bit
another
more.
grand, 1,200 on that. Fuel injection somewhere around that too.
So compression and carb, that's all built to spec. You can ask them what they have, and they can build you one. 64 SS projects. No, we don't have any 64 SS projects.
There'll be plenty more tech articles in Lowrider Magazine featuring this motor and the different upgrades you can go with price brackets. We'll handle all of that, and especially in the next Facebook Live.
Yep.
We'll break it all down.
Yep. So yes, we all know it's a 65. We've said that like 7 times, but you know it is a 65. Do you know anyone who would build my numbers matching engine? You know, Kevin, you might find some people locally that can build engines, but this is about
This is the latest technology.
Yeah, this is the
Better
newest
off.
stuff.
That's why it's called Blueprint.
Yep. If you have your own numbers matching engine and you build it, I'm sure there are tons of machine shops by your house that can do it. But today we're focusing on this awesome Blueprint low rider engine. Check out the valve cover. That's pretty cool. It's pretty special that they did that for us. And people can buy these valve covers, right?
Yes, they can.
Yeah, they can go out and buy these valve covers. So if you already have a low rider that you're going to throw it in, might as well put it on your valve cover. Yeah, if you need AC, they can actually give you the option on your engine with AC.
There are different pulley systems.
Different
This is
pulleys.
a style track. There's a revolver. There's a few more that they have.
Christopher Visser, we went over it earlier, but they're from March. If you want to
March
find
Performance.
March Performance. If you want to find them, you can find them. But the beauty of this Blueprint engine is this is all included. This is exactly how we got our engine, except for we put headers on it, just to show you what it would look like. But that's basically how it looks right out of the box. So you don't need to fiddle with finding an alternator bracket. You don't need to fiddle with power steering pump. It's all included. It's mounted on your engine perfectly. No stupid little spacers or washers to get everything to fit. It's just perfectly in there. Why didn't we paint match the block? Mark, because we got this engine from Blueprint pretty recently, and this is the old engine in the car that blew when the car was built. So they had time to paint the block, but for time's sake, we didn't have time to paint the block. Do you know what transmission they're running?
That's a 700R training.
So there you go. For those of you asking, it's a 700R
This
transmission.
is a 4-bolt main engine.
There's our little distributor. So that's it. For those of you who want to see the car one more time, here you go. 65 Impala. Candy red. We did a Facebook Live on the paint and how the car looks earlier this week. There'll be more coming. We have already gone over price, Francisco, so just listen to the live. And yes, we know it's a 65. We said that like 16 times. And we have already gone over price. So now we're just repeating ourselves. If you guys want more information, hit up Blueprint Engines. Here it is. We're teaming up with them. They're going to see this car at SEMA, right?
So being a SEMA inside the booth.
So we got to get it running in a week
Put up, displayed.
with that engine.
Stay tuned for the second phase of our Facebook Live.
Yeah. Maybe next week we'll do some burnouts. Who knows?
No burn.
No burnouts. All right. Talk to you guys later.